Hey everyone, welcome to my channel at 𝐂𝐤𝐞 Tech Solutions, and also welcome to the day one of our ultimate Fiverr Freelance Masterclass training. I'm 𝐂𝐤𝐿, and over the next 3 days, we are going to dive deep into mastering the art of freelancing on Fiverr. Whether you are just getting started as a total beginner or looking to level up your game, this masterclass series is packed with insights, tips, and strategies to help you thrive on the Fiverr platform. So grab your notepad, jotter, and pen, as you'll be needing it to note down some necessary points, and as well buckle up and let's embark on this freelancing journey together. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as well turn on the post notification bell icon so as to stay updated on each valuable lesson that will be published on this channel. And remember that the success of your freelancing journey starts with mastering the fundamentals of the Fiverr platform. So without further delay, let's kick off the day one of this masterclass. So guys, I introduced myself quite earlier, but then I want to do a full introduction of whom I am. Just like I said, I am 𝐂𝐤𝐿. I'm a full stack / WordPress freelance web developer with a degree in mechanical engineering by profession. I've worked with some international companies. Some of them are based in the UK and some in the US, and many across the world, as well as small businesses and charities. I spend most of my time blogging, freelancing, building and developing websites and applications for clients. Having the pleasure of working with hundreds of people from all over the world, I love teaching and sharing my knowledge with people. And I'm passionate about creating businesses, scaling growth, and most importantly, exploring new, better ways to start earning passive income via the internet. All right, so before we get started, I would like to let you know that this training is designed for beginners. Like, what I mean is total beginners, aspiring freelancers, freelance professionals, and as well anyone with a digital skill looking to get clients and make money from their skills. Okay, so before we also get started, there are some practice principles that you must have to know, which are: one, you have to give this training your full attention for at least the few hours or minutes the training will take place. Also, you are to participate in activities presented to you as they are designed to help you understand the contents of this lesson. All right, that's if anyone will be given. And also ask questions where necessary. So it's better to ask and be sure than to keep quiet and not understand or be able to use a point. All right, so also it's worth noting that Fiverr is not a get-rich-quick platform. For some of you who come, to my DM, so for most of you who chat me up and then start telling me, start asking, how can I make quick money on Fiverr? All right, please, there is nothing like quick money. There's nothing like quick cash on Fiverr. It's worth noting that Fiverr is not a get-rich-quick network. I will emphasize on this countless times, as it requires a huge amount of patience, consistency, and perseverance. All right. However, bear in mind that all your goals and expectations, everything you ever want to achieve for joining the platform, will be met in due time, if and only if you apply the right strategies to it. All right, so today is the day one of this masterclass, and it is termed or titled the onboarding. So welcome once again. All right, so let's get started. So before we get started, it's also nice that you understand what Fiverr is, for most of you who are still new to the platform. So you get to understand what Fiverr platform is all about, how it works, and some necessary terminologies that are used on the Fiverr platform, so that once I use most of these terminologies, or once I use most of these keywords or languages, you would not be thrown off board. All right, you'll be flowing with me. So that is why it is necessary for you to know the fundamental basics of the Fiverr platform. All right, so let's talk about the Fiverr platform. All right, so Fiverr is a leading marketplace founded on the principle of connecting freelancers with prospective clients seeking diverse services. All right. So it offers a user-friendly platform where individuals ranging from content writers, graphic designers, web developers, software programmers, copywriters, digital marketers, even AI, whatever skill that you do, all right, you can showcase your skill on the Fiverr platform and offer services known as gigs, all right, to potential buyers. So this platform caters to both beginners and seasoned professionals, providing an equal opportunity to monetize your skills and talent. Right, so it's a platform that gives you, an opportunity to showcase your skills, whatever skill that you have, whatever skills that you have gathered, along the way or during your lifetime, you've been able to acquire. All right, so Fiverr gives you the opportunity to, list all those skills as gigs. All right, the skill, yours, as you know, your skills are your services, but on Fiverr, your skills and your services are known as gigs. All right, so let's continue. So let's understand how the Fiverr platform works for you beginners. Understand how the Fiverr platform works. So Fiverr facilitates the entire process, acting as an intermediary for communication, payment processing, and dispute resolution to ensure a smooth and secure experience for both buyers and sellers. So what this means is that Fiverr stands as a middleman between you as the buyer and between you as the seller. All right, so it's there as the middleman to take your payments and ensure that atom of trust between the both of you, because you as the buyer, you won't like to release your money to the seller because you don't know the person and you don't trust the person, and you as the seller, you would not want to deliver services to the client as you do not know the client, and also you are not sure if the client would release your money to you after the services has been delivered. So that is where Fiverr comes in. So Fiverr utilizes a system that they call an escrow system that withholds the payment of the buyer, to you, but then you as the seller will be seeing the payment, but then you can't reach it until you deliver work or the services to the client. And then once the client approves your payment, the payment will now be released to you. All right, so it's very, very simple. Fiverr makes it very, very simple and very seamless. All right, so let's look at how the Fiverr platform works for sellers. So you as a seller, you're a freelancer. All right, so but on Fiverr, you are called a seller. All right, you are the one delivering the services. All right, so number one, you start your journey. Let's look at how you as a seller starts your journey on Fiverr. So you start your journey by creating a profile. All right, by creating a profile. So freelancers set up a profile showcasing their expertise, skills, and services they offer. This includes a bio, a portfolio sample, and details about their pricing and service packages. All right, so once you are getting started on Fiverr, you are going to be showcasing, you are going to be starting via this process. You first of all set up your profile, show off your expertise, your skills and services that you offer, and also you would include a bio. Yeah, by tomorrow when we get started, when we start the practical class, you would see where we're going to put our bios, our portfolio samples, and details about our pricing and service packages. All right, so after then you move on to the stage 2, still in the same process of your journey of starting your journey as a freelancer. You move on to the step 2, which is gig creation. So after you must have set up your profile and all that, then you move on to setting up your gig, which is your services that you render. All right, like I mentioned before. So here, sellers create gigs, which are service listings specifying what they offer. Each gig includes a title, description, pricing, packages, and any additional details or requirements. So like I said, your gigs are the services that you offer. So these services are going to include the title of the service that you're offering. If you're offering like a web development service, you're going to put a title there. I would create, or I will build you a professional website or whatever. And also you will include descriptions of that particular service that you're rendering, including the pricing and packages and any other details or requirements that you will be needing to put in there, so that once the client sees it, the client will be grounded on what you are offering. All right. So step 3 is publishing your gigs. So after you must have finished creating your gig, so you as the seller, as a freelancer, will publish it on your profile. You will publish it on your profile, making it visible to potential buyers browsing Fiverr. All right. So you create your gig, you publish it on your profile, and then clients would get to see it and then reach out to you once they are satisfied with whatever you put out there. And if your pricing and your profile kind of attracts them to work with you, right? So they will surely reach out to you. All right. So publishing this makes it visible to potential buyers browsing the Fiverr platform. All right. So number 4 is receiving orders. All right. So all these things works stage by stage. All right. So receiving orders. So when a buyer is interested in a service, they can place an order directly through the seller's gig. All right. Sellers receive a notification of orders, including details and requirements. So like I said earlier, after you must have finished publishing your gigs, right, and now it's visible on your profile and clients start seeing it. So if a client is attracted to your gig, and then after going through all the necessary details that you must have put out there, which includes your title and everything that we mentioned earlier, so the client will reach out to you, and then after you must have finished negotiating or whatever, or telling you about the kind of website or the kind of services that he wants rendered, what he will now do is to place an order on your gig. To place an order on your gig, whereby purchasing your gig and making payment in dollars, all right, or whatever currency that you chose on Fiverr to collect your payments through. All right. So sellers, you as a seller will receive a notification of orders, including details and requirements. So once the client places an order, you receive a notification that the client has placed an order on your gig, detailing the amount that the client has paid. All right. Then you would now get started on the project. So let's look at the number 5, which is delivering services. So here, after you must have finished working on the product, on the project that the client must have given to you, right? Remember, the number 4 is you received an order. So let's take it that you must have worked on the project over time, and some takes up to 1 month, 2 months, some takes up to 3 months, depending on the heaviness of the project. All right. So let's say you are through with the project, and now it's time to deliver to the client. So the number 5 step here is to deliver the services to the client. So sellers then work on the requested service and deliver the completed work within the agreed upon time frame as outlined in the gig. So in your gig, you will be putting out the time frame that you will be delivering that particular service to the client. If you are delivering in 24 hours, 48 hours, 2 days, 3 days, 3 months, 1 month, you will have to communicate that to the client so that he or she will be aware of when he will be expecting his service to be delivered to him. All right. So you will also put it on your gig, but in most cases, depending on what the client wants, some projects will require you to start giving a short deadline. It will require a longer deadline. You would have to discuss that with the client and then create what they call custom order or custom offer to the client, but that will be discussed later on. So the number 6 step here is the client communication and revisions. All right. So throughout the entire process, sellers communicate with clients to clarify requirements and make necessary revisions to ensure client satisfaction. All right. So after you must have done the project, and while working on the project, you will be communicating back and forth with the client to make sure that you are in line with what the client wants. All right, so after you must have finished a particular part of the project, you call the client and ask him if this is what he wants or if he's satisfied with it, and then he'll reach out to you with either yes or no, or if there are anything he wants you to correct. All right, so mind you, the revisions here actually means necessary corrections on the project. That is what revisions mean. On Fiverr, it's called revisions, but on the outer world, it's called corrections or adjustments that is needed to be done on the project. All right, so once you must have finished the project, if the client is not that satisfied, you can undergo some necessary adjustments to the client and put in place, where necessary, things that he or she wants to be there. All right, so let's move on to the number 7, which is payment and review. So once the work is delivered and accepted by the client, after you must have finished up with the revisions that the client wants and the client is fully satisfied, all right, so you move on to delivering the work. And once the client accepts the project and clicks the approve now button, your payment is processed, and then clients are encouraged to leave reviews and ratings based on their experience with the seller. So here I always advise all my students to, as much as you work with the client, make sure you have a good working relationship with the client. Always make sure that client satisfaction should be your utmost and first priority, because there's always a judgment time. I always tell them there's always a judgment time when it will get to the time, okay, or when you must have finished with the project, the client approves it. The reviews that the client will give and the ratings that the client will give determines if you will actually succeed on the platform. So if you have a good working relationship with the client, of course the client would give you a 5-star review and a 5-star rating, and a good review. Probably he might say, I recommend this person for future works. Please place your order with him. You would not regret it. Or he'll put something that gives a good vibe that you are actually the right person to work with. All right, so please make sure that you have a good working relationship with the client. So let's do a recap on that. Once the work is delivered and accepted by the client, payment is processed. Clients are encouraged to leave reviews and ratings based on their experience with the seller. So if you have a good working relationship with the client, you can go ahead and tell the client or reach out to the clients, please, I want you to give me a review based on our experience, and also leave a rating for me. All right, so let's move on to the next step. All right, so we are done with the steps for the journey of your journey as a freelancer or getting started on Fiverr platform. All right, so let's look at the journey for the buyers. You as a buyer or your client being the buyer, let's look at how his journey flows here. You understand? So you get a quick understanding of what the client or how the client goes through to getting to see your gig. All right, so here, like we said before, the Fiverr facilitates the entire process, acting as an intermediary for communication, payment processing, and dispute resolution to ensure a smooth and secure experience for both sellers and buyers. So for buyers, your buyers are your clients. Your buyers are your clients. All right, so for buyers, the number one step is they start their journey by browsing the services that are listed on the Fiverr platform. So buyers explore Fiverr's vast range of services by searching or browsing through categories and gig listings. All right, so what they do is they come to the Fiverr platform and browse for services that they want. Let's say a client wants a web development service, so he or she would come browse or search for web development services there. He would see a list or a huge number of people offering the services, and then he gets to choose. So let's look at the number 2 step. So the number 2 step is selecting a service. All right, selecting a service. So after finding a suitable service, buyers review the gig details, pricing, packages, and seller profiles before deciding to place an order. So just like I mentioned, once he starts his journey by browsing through, a huge number or a huge list of people offering that same service will be given to him. All right, so now it's now a battle of who will survive or who will get picked. It's a battle of the fittest. All right, so after finding a suitable service, so one by one, he or she or the client will go through the seller's profile. All right, check your pricing if it actually meets their budget, because most of them are usually on budget. Let's say a client doesn't want to go above $100 or $500 depending. All right, so your pricing determines if the client will actually choose you, and the packages that is being accustomed with that is being listed alongside with the pricing. Let's say you offer $100 gig for web development, then the packages probably includes maybe 5-page website, 10-page website, or 1-page website, and then 10 plugin integrations, or whatever you put in as your packages. So that also is a determining factor to make the client either choose you or not. All right, and also the client will check your profiles before deciding to place an order. So this part is very, very important to fix it properly, so that you would not fall short or fall above the client budget. All right, so number 3 step that the client goes through is placing orders. All right, so buyers select a service, provide necessary details or specifications, and place an order through the chosen gig. All right, so in this particular stage, after the client must have chosen a particular service that he wants, or a particular seller that he wants to work with, the next thing that he does or she does is to select the service and provide necessary details or specifications. So here the client reach out to you, hi, whatever, I just saw your gig and I would want a website or a graphics design done for me, or whatever. All right, so depending on how the client reaches out to you. All right, so here the client, after he must have replied, thanks for reaching out to me, please, what services would you want to render to you? And the client will say, okay, I need a website with a this and that. I need a website that I can use for my customers, that will accept payments, that will also enable the customers to comment, or whatever the client wants. You get, so he or she will give you the specifications of what he wants, or what he wants from the project. All right, so after then, you guys must have finished negotiating and interacting. He will move on to place an order through the chosen gig. So let's look at the number 4 part of the client's journey. So the number 4 is communicating with the seller. So throughout the process of the project, the buyer communicates with you as a seller to discuss project details, request modifications, or seek clarifications. All right, so I believe this one is very, very clear. I also said it earlier on. You as a seller too, you would be on back and forth communications with the client, so as to make sure that you are in line with what the client wants. So let's look at the number 5, because I wouldn't want this video to be too long. The number 5 is receiving deliverables. So once the project is done, so sellers deliver the completed work within the specified time, and buyers review the delivered service. All right, so once you've completed the work within the specified time, the buyers will go ahead to the buyers will go ahead to approve your work and then review the delivered service. All right, so let's look at the number 6 journey. So here is the payment and reviews. So this is always the sweetest part, like I will always say. All right, so once the client is satisfied, remember, satisfaction is the best, should be your priority. So once the client is satisfied, so buyers approve the delivery and payment is processed to you as a seller. So buyers can then leave reviews and ratings based on their experience with you as a seller. So it's a two-way thing. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. What do I mean by this? You deliver a very wonderful service to me, while I give you a wonderful review that will enable other people to work with you and to place order on your gig. So let's look at the Fiverr charges. This is very important so that you as the seller and you as the buyer will know the charges and fees that Fiverr collects for each of the transactions or for each of the services that you render to a client. All right, so you as a seller, let's look at this. So Fiverr fees for sellers remain the same from the first day Fiverr was launched. No matter how much it is, for each order, every seller gets 80% of the payment on Fiverr. So the Fiverr fee is 20% of the total payment of your order. So let's say, for example, if the total project is $100, so Fiverr gets $20, which is 20% for every transaction, while you get 80%, which is $80. All right. So for each $100 project, or for each particular project that you do for a client, Fiverr collects 20% of that amount, whether it is $1,000 or $1 million or whatever amount is worth, or you negotiate with the client. So Fiverr would surely take 20% of that particular amount, all right, and leaving you with 80%. All right, so let's move on. Now let's look at the charges for buyers. So should, in case you as a seller one day decide to reach out to someone, a seller too, maybe providing another service, and wants the seller to deliver a particular service to you, or maybe you want to outsource a particular project, maybe a client reached out, or a large number of clients reached out to you, about, let me say, 10, and you are not that chance to deliver such amount of projects. So what you would do is to outsource the project. So here you can become a buyer by searching for people who offer the services, and reaching out to them as a client, and then placing an order. So it's worth noting the fees that are accustomed with such particular part as a seller. All right. So Fiverr fees for buyers are clearly set out before a buyer finalizes a purchase. All right. So after selecting the gig they want, the buyer goes to a payment option page, which shows a breakdown of the gig fee. All right. So after you must have finished selecting a gig, so it takes you to where you are supposed to make payment. So it gives you a breakdown of what and what you are to pay. All right. So it gives you a breakdown of the gig fee and any necessary taxes and Fiverr fees. So service fees are 5.5% of the purchase amount. So let's say it's a $100 is a $100 gig. Maybe the seller is giving a $100 gig. So you as a seller, you're going to be paying 5.5% of that purchase amount. All right. So for purchases under $75, so any project that you are going for, let's say a client, a seller is giving out, or giving a gig that is under $75. So you will be met with an additional $2.50 small order fee, which will be applied to the 5.5% of your purchase amount. All right. So that is now clear. So let's look at some high-paying digital skills on Fiverr. High-paying digital skills on Fiverr. So there are a whole lot of them that are high-paying on Fiverr platform, but I just highlighted these few ones. All right, I just highlighted these few ones. So number one is content writing. Number two is social media management. 3, software development, illustrator, Canva designer, digital marketing, infographics designer, voiceover service provider, whiteboard animation creator, copywriting, WordPress web development, game development, virtual assistant, graphics design, CV, cover letter and resume writing, and a whole lot of them out there. So whatever skill that you have that is not listed here, please do not be scared. Do not be scared. You are going to get paid for your services, and there is always a client out there for your services. All right. And the truth about all of them is they are all high paying. All right. They are all high paying depending on your negotiation with the client. All right. So do not be scared. Keep your skills and also list it on the Fiverr platform, for you get a client and you'll also get paid for your job. All right. So now let's take questions. So it's question time. If you have any questions or thoughts, please put it down on the comment box below. I will answer 100% of your questions. Also, if you are gaining valuable insights from this masterclass, please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends or your fellow freelancers, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as well turn on the post notification bell icon so as to get notified once a valuable lesson is published on this channel. You will be the first to be notified. All right, so please remember to comment below with your thoughts and questions. I will do well to answer all your queries and everything that is bothering you as regards the Fiverr platform. All right, so all right, let's continue the class. So let's look at some key Fiverr terminologies. So the terminologies I mean here, I know is a very big word that so many people that are still beginners do not understand. So what I actually mean here is some terms, some words that they use on the Fiverr platform. So the terminologies here simply means some words that they use on the Fiverr platform. So let's get to understand what they are and what they mean. All right. So understanding the terminologies used on Fiverr is very important. So these terms these terms form the foundation of Fiverr's ecosystem, and knowing what they are is crucial for freelancers to effectively navigate the platform and provide excellent services to buyers. All right, so it's worth noting, or it's best that you understand some terminologies that are being used on the Fiverr platform. Do not worry, they might still be new to you, or they might still be new to your ear, but over time, using the platform or playing with the platform, or researching more on the platform, you will get to understand them and use them properly and effectively. All right, so don't be scared. These are not huge or high band words. These are just some simple terms and simple words that you will be using on your everyday journey here on the Fiverr platform. All right, so here are some common Fiverr terminologies and their meaning. Number one that you will be encountering on this platform is the word they call gig. The word they call gig. All right, so gig actually means a service or task offered by a freelancer on Fiverr. All right, so gig simply means the service that you render or you offer on this platform. All right, it simply means the service. Just mark it. It simply means the service or the skill that you are rendering on the Fiverr platform. It's very simple. So each gig has a specific title, description, and set of deliverables. All right, so is just like you all have what your services comes with. All right, so your gig will have a specific title, like I mentioned earlier, a description and set of deliverables. All right, I talked about that while we were starting this class. Talked about the gig title, the description, and the deliverables. So deliverables are actually what you are offering in the services that you are rendering. All right, let's say you are offering graphics design. Maybe you might offer 3 work revisions or whatever, or unlimited revisions, a vector file or a source file that will be released to the client after the job, probably for your basic package, your standard package, and your premium package. So these are deliverables that you are rendering. Don't worry, you will see more of it in our day 2 class, where we will be delving deep into the practical aspect of the Fiverr platform, and you'll see me set up all these things that I'm mentioning now. All right, so I'll be using these words often while in this class, so open your ears and make sure that you understand these particular terminologies. So let's look at the number 2, the word buyer. So who is a buyer? So a buyer is a user who purchases services, which is gigs on the Fiverr platform. All right, so the buyers are also referred to as clients or customers. So simply put, a buyer is a client or customers who purchase services or gigs on the Fiverr platform. Very simple. All right, so the number 3 is seller. The word seller simply means a user who offers services or gigs for sale on Fiverr. So a seller is you, and a seller is a freelancer. So you are a freelancer on the Fiverr platform, and on the Fiverr platform, the word used is seller. You are selling out your services to a client. All right, so let's look at the number 4 word, which is order. The number 4 word, which is order. So what does order actually mean? Order is the formal agreement between a buyer and seller to deliver a specific service in exchange for payment. So order simply means, I don't know, you must have heard me when I said a client placing an order on your gig. So order simply means purchasing your service. All right, purchasing your service. The client is ordering the service that you are offering. All right, so it's a formal agreement between you and the buyer to deliver a specific service in exchange for payment. All right, so let's look at the next word, gig extras. Many of you might have been hearing about all these other ones I've been mentioning, but you've not heard of gig extras. So what does this mean? So gig extras actually mean an additional service or add-ons offered by a seller that a buyer can purchase to enhance the scope of a gig. So what does this actually mean with examples? So let's say you offer all the services that you offer, but then there are some extra things that you want to be offering to the client while in the service, or while creating the gig. All right, so let's take, for example, you are offering a web development service, but then you want to offer for some clients who want a fast delivery. Let's say the client wants you to deliver the service in, let me say, 48 hours. He wants you to build him that website in 48 hours. Probably he wants to launch his company in a few days. All right, and he wants a website built for him in either 48 hours or 72 hours, which is 3 days. All right, so if you can do that, you can offer it as a gig extra. All right, so it's an additional service that you are offering to a client, so it will have a higher price for that. All right, so you would attach a price to it. So for every additional service that you are offering, you attach a price to it. Should, in case a client needs something, extra, something beyond the scope of what you listed out on your Fiverr gig. All right, so you would offer it as a gig extra with payment attached to it, so the client can purchase it, and in other words, it will enhance the scope of your gig. All right, so let's look at the word custom offer. Custom offer. I remember I just used that a couple minutes ago during my other lessons here in this class. So the word custom offer is a personalized service. Is a personalized service proposal created by a seller for a specific buyer, tailored to their unique requirement. So let's take, for example, for you to understand properly what this word means. Let's say on my gig, I put out $100 as the price. All right, and a client searches through and then places an order on my gig. But then before the client places the order, the client reached out to me and tells me what he or she wants done done for him, or the projects that he wants delivered to him. All right, and I go through all the necessary things that the client has said as regarding the project, and I've seen that it is beyond what I listed out there. All right, it's beyond what I listed out there. Of course, for some projects it will exceed $100 to be done for them, as it will take more time to be delivered. All right, so I might not necessarily do with that $100. I would negotiate with the client and probably tell the client, for this particular project, it is beyond $100. From what you have said, or from the things that you have listed out, these things are beyond $100 and it cannot be done for that price. What I would do for you is, this project is, let's say, going for, I would deliver it to you for $500 or for $800 or for $1,000. All right, so if it's okay by the client, first of all, you ask the client if what you've said is within the client's budget. All right, so if the client says okay, that all he wants is the project to be done professionally and for a good work to be rendered to him. All right, so what you would do is to create what they call a custom offer. So what this custom offer does is to enable you create that particular payment, or to create that particular amount that you have given to the client. So on that particular gig that you kind of put out for $100, you can offer it for $1,000, $500, depending on the amount you negotiate with the client. So you will be putting it there on the custom offer. All right, you'll be giving it to the customer as a custom offer, detailing out the amount that you guys have negotiated. So what this will do is that the client is paying, whether $1,000 or $500, depending on what you guys negotiated, the client will be paying that negotiated amount to you and not the $100. So custom offer will enable you create the negotiated amount with the client. All right, so you can offer it as a custom offer. So it makes things very flexible for you, very easy, very efficient and seamless. All right, so let's look at the number 7, which is the Fiverr levels. The Fiverr level. So Fiverr categorizes seller into different levels, which is, number 1 is new seller. Sorry, it's not being put here, but still getting started. Once you sign up on the Fiverr platform, you are known as a new seller. A new seller. So once you have met some necessary requirements needed for upscaling yourself, or some necessary criteria needed to level up on the Fiverr platform, you will be moved a step ahead to the level 1. All right, so there are some necessary criteria that you have to meet. I think about 20 orders. You must get at least 20 orders with a minimum of I think $500 in total, and some other things there. All right, some other things that have been stated by Fiverr before you move on to level 1. And also, once you are in level 1, there are some necessary criteria and requirements that you must have to meet before you be moved to level 2. And just like that, meet the requirements or criteria, and then you also level up to top rated seller. All right, so it takes consistency, perseverance, and continuous hard work, all right, to move to these particular stages. So based on your performance and completion rates and customer satisfaction, that is what Fiverr will judge you upon, and then move you a step ahead along your journey on the using the Fiverr platform. All right, so let's move on. So the number 8 here, the word here, Fiverr Pro. Many of you haven't heard about this. So what does this mean? Fiverr Pro is a premium offering on Fiverr that showcases highly skilled and experienced freelancers. So Fiverr Pro sellers go through a vetting process. All right, so for you to reach the Fiverr Pro stage or level, or for you to be known as a Fiverr Pro seller, you must have to go through some vetting process by Fiverr. Of course, you can apply for this You can apply to become a Fiverr Pro seller, but then you have to go through some rigorous processes of vetting you, continuous questions and answers, and exams that you have to go through. That just take it as vetting processes, right? That Fiverr will put you through, and once you pass all these particular processes, you will be given the Fiverr Pro badge on the Fiverr platform. All right, so it's a premium offering on Fiverr that showcases high skilled and experienced Fiverr. So this is a way that Fiverr uses to highlight some people who are important or who are premium sellers on the Fiverr platform. So this will give you this will make you outstanding on the Fiverr platform. All right, so having that particular Fiverr Pro badge gives you an edge over every other freelancer out there. All right, so you can also go apply for that on the Fiverr platform, but get to know that it's a very huge process that you have to go through to attain that level. All right, so let's look at the number 9, the word revenue. The word revenue. All right, so revenue here is the total amount earned by a seller on Fiverr before deducting Fiverr fees. The total amount. So revenue is the total amount of all the money that you have made on Fiverr. All right, so before the deducting fees, so that's before the deduction of the 20%. The total amount that you make on the platform is called revenue. All right, then that will be that is particularly before before Fiverr takes their 20% or whatever, depending. That word there, revenue, actually refers to that. Right, so let's look at the number 10, which is withdrawal. So the word withdrawal simply means the process of transferring earned funds from a Fiverr account to your bank account. So it could be a PayPal, a Payoneer, or other withdrawal methods. So withdrawal is a process of taking your money out from Fiverr and pushing it into your bank account. All right, so that process is called withdrawal process. All right, and yes, of course, once a client pays you on the Fiverr platform, you can actually get it to your bank account, even in dollars. All right, that's if you have a dollar account, a Nigerian dollar account, or domiciliary account, as people call it. You can transfer the money like that in dollars straight to your dollar account without changing it to naira. All right, but that is based on your you actually. All right, it's based on you. If you want to change it along the process, you can change it via Payoneer, using Payoneer to collect your funds from Fiverr, and Payoneer will now stand as a third party that will transfer your funds from Fiverr to them and from them to your bank account. All right, so I will be making a separate video on how to create account on Payoneer, and as well, so how you can get $25 on signing up on the Payoneer account. Right, so we will be doing that along the process. All right, so let's move on. So another word that you'll be hearing is Fiverr Inbox. So here, Fiverr Inbox actually means the internal messaging system on Fiverr where buyers and sellers can communicate regarding orders and services. So that messaging system, that particular place where you interact, is just like your WhatsApp, where you interact with your friends and clients and all that. That particular internal messaging system is called Inbox. You understand? It's called generally Inbox. So Inbox here on Fiverr is just the internal messaging system on the Fiverr platform where buyers and sellers can communicate regarding orders and services. All right, so let's look at the number 12 word, which is Fiverr Analytics. Fiverr Analytics. So the word Fiverr Analytics simply means a tool that provides data and insights on a seller's performance, including gig impressions, clicks, and others. So here Fiverr Analytics is actually because along the line in this masterclass I'll be talking about Fiverr Algorithm. All right, so but then there's what they call analytics. So analytics is Fiverr takes an analytics of the impressions that you get. Impressions here actually means the total number of times your gig have been shown to a client. You understand? So it must not necessarily be that the client must click on it before it becomes an impression. Just once the client sees it on the Fiverr homepage and then scrolls through, even if the client does not interact with it, it is called an impression. Well, just for the client to just scroll through your gig or whatever is called an impression, a gig impression. So once the client sees it and is attracted to it and then clicks to find out more about that particular gig, it counts as a click. All right, it counts as a Fiverr or a gig click. All right, and then once a client is impressed and wants to work with you and then purchases the order, it counts as an order. All right, so Fiverr takes note of all these particular things that goes on in your account. All right, and then gives it to you in form of an analytics. All right, so there on the analytics page you can see how many times people scroll through your profile. You can see how many times people clients clicked your gig, and you can see how many times your gigs has been ordered. So it keeps note of all these particular things and presents it to you in a well analyzed and well formatted form. All right, so let's look at the number 13 word, impression. Just like I said, the impression is the number of times a seller's gig appears in search results or is viewed by users. I just said that a couple seconds ago. So let's look at another one, click-through rate. Click-through rate. All right, so that's the number 14 here, click-through rate. So what does this mean? I know many of you have been hearing about CTR, but maybe you don't know the full meaning of it. So CTR actually means click-through rate, and it means the percentage of users who click on a seller's gigs after seeing it in search results or on the Fiverr platform. All right, click-through rate. So it also can be seen as click, or it can be called click, just like I mentioned earlier. So it's the percentage of users who clicks on a seller's gig. So just like I said, when a client scrolls through and then sees your profile or your gig and is attracted to it and wants to work with you, he goes in to actually click to find out more about that particular gig and what you are offering on the gig. All right, so it counts as a gig. So the word click actually means the percentage of users who click on a seller's gig after seeing it in search results or on the Fiverr platform. All right, so let's look at conversion rate. So conversion rate here means the percentage of users who make a purchase after viewing a seller's gig. So you can actually call it an order. All right, you can actually call it an order. So is the percentage of users who makes a purchase after viewing a seller's gig, or the total orders that you've been getting. All right, so that's what a conversion rate actually means. So let's look at the number 16, which is Fiverr badge. This is very, very important, and this is what will make you outstanding from other people on the Fiverr platform. So this one now would bring you out of the crowd, showcase you as either a level 1 or level 2 or top seller. So all these levels have badges assigned to them. So a Fiverr badge is an icon displayed on a seller's profile indicating their Fiverr levels. So whether you're in level 1, you have a badge for you, or a new seller, you have new sellers have a badge. It's one gray badge that's just showing a person inside, and then level 1, level 1 has its own badge, which I will be showing you in our next day 2 class, in our day 2 of this master class. So I'll be showing you how level 1 badge looks like, or level 2 badge looks like, or top rated seller badge looks like. Okay, or let's take a look at that so that you would see how that actually looks. So let's take a look at that quickly. So Fiverr badge. So Fiverr badge. Sorry, system is slowing. Don't know why the system is quite slow. All right. Alright, Fiverr levels, and yes, let's look at the Fiverr levels. So here are the levels from Fiverr. So here, this particular thing that you see here, this particular icon that you see here is the Fiverr badge for new seller. All right. And as a new seller, this is where everything starts here on Fiverr. When you create a gig on Fiverr, you are automatically ranked as a new seller, and we encourage you to deliver your best work and services to move up to the next level. So here are the things that you are able to get on the Fiverr platform as a new seller. All right. So these are the things that you can get here as a new seller. So you can be able to create at least 7 active gigs, to add 2 extra services per gig, ranging from $5, $10, $20 for each extra services that you are rendering. And also you can create custom offers up to $20,000 each, and you can withdraw your earnings after 14 days. So the level 1, this is the level 1 badge. So if you reach the level 1 stage, or if you're upscale to level 1 level, if I would say that, you will be given this particular badge here. All right, you'll be given this particular badge by the left here. So let's look at an overview of what you are what you can be able to get as a level 1 seller. So you will need to meet the following requirements. So number 1 is that you will be an active seller for at least 60 days. You will be an active seller for at least 60 days, and you will complete at least 10 orders all time. So total time that you and the Fiverr platform, you complete at least 10 orders, and you must have earned $400 or more, right, on the Fiverr platform. All right. So, and the next one is that you will maintain a 4.2 rating over 60 days. So I will always advise you always maintain 5.0 instead of 4.2, as 5.0 is the best and the highest. All right. So you deliver a 90% response rate score over 60 days. All right. So within 60 days of being on the Fiverr platform, you must have been a fast responder on Fiverr. So if a client reaches out to you, you must be very, very fast to respond to the client. So you can do this by downloading the Fiverr application, the Fiverr mobile app, and then signing up. Or if you have an account already, you can log in, and then you get to see messages popping when a client reaches out to you. You get it as a drop-down notification on your mobile device, right? And the next is that you must score a 90% order completion rate over 60 days. All right. So if a client gives you a project and then you are done with the project, the delivery is what counts in this. All right. The delivery is what counts in this. You meet with deadlines that you have given to the client, and you are very fast in finishing up with the project and then delivering it based upon the time frame that you have given the client. So if you delay in this, Fiverr might give you a low score on this. All right. So you maintain a score of over 90% order completion rate over 60 days. All right. And the next year is you will achieve a 90% on time delivery score over 60 days. So it's just the same here. On time delivery, you will deliver the services based upon the time frame that you must have communicated with the client. All right. And you receive no warnings from Fiverr over 30 days. So for 1 month, you will not receive any strike or any warning from Fiverr, probably going against their policies and rules and regulations or that. So next year is what you will get as a level 1 seller. So you will be able to create up to 10 gigs. Remember, as a new seller, you're able to create only 7. As a new seller, you are only able to create only 7 gigs. All right. And here, as a level 1 seller, you can create up to 10 active gigs, add 4 extra services per gig, which can be $5, $10, $20, $40 for each extra gig. All right. So if you check here, the new seller part, you can create only 2 extra gig with up to $20 for each extra service. But here you have up to $40 and 4 extra services. So also you will be able to create custom offers up to $20,000 each. All right. And you will be able to withdraw your earnings after 14 days. So here, let me discuss about this. After a client must have approved your payment to you, what happens here is that Fiverr will hold the payment for at least 14 days. So why they hold this payment is in case a client still reaches out and then makes a complaint or something, that a service was not rendered perfectly or something like that. So Fiverr would hold it. So this is what they call review moment. So they will keep on reviewing your account or your payment for that 14 days. All right, for that 14 days. So after 14 days, Fiverr, that's like about 2 weeks, Fiverr will release your payment to your account. But regardless, you'll be seeing your payment there on the Fiverr dashboard. All right, so you've got no fear. Fiverr will surely release your payment. So for level 2, this is the badge that you will be given. So for every client that will be going through checking out, sellers profiles and everything, they will be able to see your badge that differentiates you from either a new seller or a level 1 seller. All right. So all these badges will differentiate you and give you a step ahead of the other Fiverr freelancers. All right. So for level 2, let's take a look at the overview here. So the overview here, to reach the level 2 status, you would need to meet the following requirements. One is that you will be an active seller for at least 120 days. All right. So you'll be using the platform for at least 120 days, and you must complete at least 50 orders. You see, this one has increased from the other ones that that we've seen earlier on. You complete at least 50 orders all times. All right. So completing at least 50 orders doesn't mean that it starts from beginning to count for you. No. If you have reached the level 1 stage, which requires you to complete at least 10 orders, all right, you will need at least 40 more to go. You will need at least 40 more orders to go. All right. So, and also you earn at least $2,000 or more all together. So total payments that you must have gotten above or at least $2,000. Right? You can simply achieve this one easily based on the amount that you negotiated with the client and the total fees that the client will be paying. So for your $100 gig, if the client is paying, let's say $1,000 or $800, at least you are getting close to achieving this particular $2,000 requirement amount needed to level up to Fiverr level 2. All right. Also, you must maintain a 4.2 star rating over 60 days. So please maintain over 4.2 and reach for 5.0. All right. So you must deliver a 90% response rate over 60 days. I've explained this earlier. Also, score a 90% order completion over 60 days. Achieve a 90% on-time delivery over 60 days, and you must receive no warnings on Fiverr over 30 days. Right? And here is what you will be able to get as a level 2 seller. So you will be able to create up to 20 gigs. All right. So if you have many skills or many things that you would want to list out on the Fiverr platform, or gigs that you want to put out, so this here gives you an edge to list out as many gigs as possible that clients can be able to place order on. Right? So you'll be getting steady orders from this particular level 2. Once you reach the level 2 stage, you will be getting countless orders because you have so many gigs and so many things that you offer on that particular gig, on that particular profile as a level 2 seller. All right. So you'll be able to create up to 20 active gigs. You'll be able to add 5 gig extras per gig, which can be $5, $10, $20, $40, and $50. The previous one for level 1 was up to $40, and this one you can add extra gigs for up to $50 for each extra gig that you give out, or that you put out on your Fiverr profile or Fiverr account. All right. So you'll be able to create custom offers up to $2,000, up to $20,000 each, and you will enjoy priority customer support. All right. So once you reach out to customer support, they will get back to you as quick as possible. All right. And you'll be able to withdraw your earnings after 14 days. So now let's look at the top rated seller. All right. Let's look at the top rated seller. So for top rated seller levels, so this is the highest status you can achieve on Fiverr, and is a recognition for all your hard work. All right. Our editorial team manually reviews your performance from previous 60 days and awards you this level when you meet the following requirements. Right. So it takes a whole lot to achieve top rated seller on Fiverr. All right. Like I mentioned, it takes perseverance, hard work, continuous updating and optimizing your account, continuous orders on your gig, and before you must have reached top rated seller, you must have made a whole lot of money on Fiverr. All right. So here, these are the requirements before you reach this particular stage. One is that you will be an active seller for at least 180 days. You must complete at least 100 orders all time. So you must have gotten about 100 orders from clients on your gigs. Wow, that's huge, man. And also you must have earned over $10 or at least over $10,000 or at least $10,000, right, on the Fiverr platform, and you must maintain a 4.2 star rating over 60 days. Please hit for or aim for 5.0. all right, aim for the highest. All right. So you must deliver a 90% response rate over 60 days, score a 90% order completion over 60 days, achieve a 90% on-time delivery score over 60 days, and receive no warnings over 30 days. And here is what you will be able to get. All right. So you'll be able to create up to 30 active gigs. Wow, I mean, this is a whole lot. So you can put out as many gigs as possible as you want. All right, you'll be able to create up to 30 gigs. You'll be able to add 6 extras per gig, which ranges from $5, $10, $20, $40, $50, up to $100 for each extra. All right, and also you'll be able to create custom offers up to $20,000 for each particular gig that you want to do. So let's say there happens to be a project that a client wants to do, and the project is worth over $20,000 to do. So you'll be able to get up to over $10,000 to do. You'll be able to create up to $20,000 for each. All right, for each particular project, and you enjoy a priority customer support, and as well withdraw your earnings after 7 days. So this one is quite shorter, because for other ones you'll be able to enjoy you'll be able to withdraw your earnings after 14 days, but this for top rated seller, you'll be able to withdraw your earnings after 7 days. All right, so this is quite nice, and this is quite great, advancing to this level. So that's it for the Fiverr levels. So let's go back to what we have doing. Let's go back to our class. So number 17 is express gig. The number 17 word that you will be hearing is express gig. All right, so what does this mean? Express gig simply means a gig that offers a faster delivery time, usually 4 hours, for an additional fee. All right, so let's say a client reaches out to you and says, okay, I need this within 24 hours, and then you yourself know that you can't deliver this project in 24 hours. But if the client is willing to pay higher, you can be able to leave every other thing that you are doing, and attend to the client and deliver such service within 24 hours. All right, so this is called an express gig here. All right, it's called an express gig. So it comes to an additional fee. Which you would give to the client. If it's okay by the client, if the client can be able to afford it, the client will pay, and then you will get an extra money for your gig, or an extra money added to your account. So number 18, let's fast track this, is what we call Fiverr Forum. The number 18 word that you'll be hearing on the Fiverr platform is Fiverr Forum. So Fiverr Forum is an online community on Fiverr where users can discuss various topics related to freelancing, share experiences, and seek advice. All right, so you can you can join the online Fiverr community. All right, so I also run an online Fiverr community, so you can reach out to me or leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you and tell you how you can be able to join my Fiverr community, where you can meet other top freelancers, that you can interact with whenever you have an issue that you want resolved. All right, you can discuss with them on various topics and find people who will answer you. All right, so reach out to me, drop a comment down below on the comment box, and then I'll reach out to you and then tell you how you can be able to join my ultimate freelance Fiverr community. All right, so let's continue. The next word another word that you'll be hearing is resolution center. So what is resolution center on Fiverr? So resolution center is a platform feature that Fiverr has created, where buyers and sellers can resolve disputes or issues related to others. So here, if you have an issue with a client, or probably a client refuses to pay you for your service, or along the line you guys encounter an issue, you can be able to reach out to Fiverr via the resolution center. And also the client can be able to reach out to Fiverr if he feels that you did not deliver the job that is required of you to do. Right, so Fiverr will resolve these issues between the both of you via the resolution center. All right, so just like I mentioned, you can as well join my Fiverr freelance group. where you'll be interacting with freelancers. And also if you have issues with clients, you can also drop it down there, and then I'll give you tips on how you can be able to resolve such issues, or how you can be able to get to the Fiverr Resolution Center, or how you can be able to reach out to the Fiverr platform. At least I will give you the best advice on how to go about you having issues with your client. All right, so let's move on. All right, so the last one, or the last but not the least, that you'll be hearing, because there are still so many more that you'll be hearing that I did not mention here, is what they call Fiverr Anywhere. So what does this mean? Fiverr Anywhere is a feature that allows sellers to embed Fiverr gigs on external websites and social media platforms. So let's say you run a blog or a website where or your portfolio website where you talk more about your journey or what you offer or your services, and then you want people that comes to your platform to easily reach out to you or place orders on your gig. You can be able to use Fiverr Anywhere to put out external links or external embedded links on your website, and then people can be able to place orders directly from your website or from your blog or social media platforms directly to your Fiverr account or your Fiverr gig. All right, so Fiverr Anywhere is a feature that allows sellers to embed Fiverr gigs on external websites or social media platforms. So let's move on. All right, so please, I know at this point many of you might have questions. All right, many of you might have questions that are bothering you. All right, so if you have questions or thoughts that is bothering you, or that you want to let out your chest, please put it down below on the comment box, and I will answer 100% of your questions. Also, if you are gaining valuable insights from this masterclass, please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends or fellow freelancers, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as well turn on post notification bell icon so as to get notified once a valuable lesson is published on this channel, so that you will be the first to be notified. All right, and please remember to comment below with your thoughts and questions. I'll do well to answer all your queries and questions. All right, so now let's look at 10 most common faced by freelancers on Fiverr. 10 most common challenges faced by freelancers on Fiverr. One is high competition. All right, so I'll be discussing about the common challenges faced by freelancers, and also I'll give you solutions on how you can be able to go about that. All right, so high competition. So here there are a whole lot of people offering the same services that you are offering. So how can you stand out from the crowd? All right, so so the solution to this is optimize your gig with a compelling title, clear description, and high quality visuals, and specialize in a niche to reduce direct competition. All right, please do this that I have told you if you want to stand out from the competition on the Fiverr platform. All right, so number 2 is algorithm changes. All right, so once the algorithm change, what can you be able to do, or what will you do? Okay, so here what I would advise you, or the solution I would give to you, is to stay informed about Fiverr's updates and adjust your gig content accordingly. So once you create your gig, always optimize it every time, because the Fiverr algorithm changes. So once it changes, make sure you change alongside with it, because once it changes, it will be published on the Fiverr updates and policies and all that, where you'll be able to see what has changed or what has not changed, and then you'll be able to align your gigs properly, and accordingly based on the changes on the algorithm. So focus on maintaining high customer satisfaction. All right, so don't be so much bothered on the algorithm changes, or rather just make tweaks, continuous tweaks or steady tweaks on your Fiverr content, and also maintain high customer satisfaction. All right, so number 3 here is client payment issues. Many a times you'll be faced with these particular issues, where a client, you deliver a particular project to a client, and then the client doesn't want to pay you, right? So the solution here is to clearly outline payment terms in your gig description. All right, clearly outline it, or in most cases use milestone payments for large projects and consider Fiverr's secure payment system. All right, consider Fiverr's secure payment system, which is the escrow that I just mentioned quite earlier on this masterclass. So clearly outline payment terms in your gig description. All right, use milestone payments for large projects and consider Fiverr secure payment system. So number 4 is low gig visibility. Low gig visibility. So the solution to this is to regularly update your gig with relevant keywords. Regularly update your gig with relevant keywords. Encourage satisfied clients to leave positive reviews. Utilize Fiverr Analytics to understand and improve gig performances. All right, so if you have been getting low gig visibility, where today you get let's say 5 gig impressions or 5 clicks or whatever, always update your gig with relevant keywords, and always encourage satisfied clients to leave positive reviews, right? And utilize Fiverr Analytics to understand and improve gig performance. So number 5 is Fiverr fees. Fiverr fees. All right, so factor Fiverr fees here is the 20% that Fiverr will collect for each of their payments, for each transaction, or for each payment that is made to you on the Fiverr platform, right? So how can you go about this? So factor Fiverr's fees into your pricing strategy. Consider the benefits of Fiverr platforms, of the Fiverr platform, including exposure and access to potential clients. So what does this mean? So if you are offering $100 gig, and you know that once a client places an order on that gig and Fiverr takes their 20%, you'll be left with $80. All right, and the $80 might not be enough to do that particular project. What you would do is to add that 20% that is being taken by Fiverr to your fees. All right, add it to your fees. So if you are offering a $100 price for your gig, always make sure you add it $120, so that once Fiverr takes their 20%, you will be left with $100. All right, you will be left with $100, as the $20 extra is for the Fiverr payment and the Fiverr fees. All right, you will still be left with your $100, which will be enough for you to do your job, or whatever amount that you are doing it. Always make sure that you factor in Fiverr's fees into your pricing strategy. All right, and also you can consider the benefits of Fiverr's platform, including exposure and access to potential clients. So number 6 is client budget constraints. Most times your client might be faced with low budget. Maybe they don't have the budget to order your gig, or maybe the gig pricing that you put out there is so much for them to afford. So what you do here is to offer different gig packages to accommodate varying budgets. Let's say the client has or is on a budget of let's say $80 or $50, for example, and then you know very well that you cannot be able to deliver a professional job for that $50. It is quite too low. So what you do is to offer different gig packages to accommodate varying budgets, and clearly communicate the value clients receive for each package. So on your gig, you can create what the clients can be able to get for that $50. Let's say he will get half of the professional job for $50, and a total or a more of the professional job for the amount that you will put out, all right, on your gig. So Fiverr allows you to put out basic package, standard package, and premium package. So there are prices. Always ensure to allocate prices to each of these, so that if the client cannot be able to afford the premium package, he can be able to afford either the basic or the standard package. All right, and then doing this, you won't lose out on getting your clients, or losing your clients. So number 7 challenge that most freelancers are being faced with is communication barriers. Most times a client reaches out to you, probably maybe the client is not from your country or from another country that doesn't speak English. You'll be having issues interacting with the client. All right. So the solution is to use clear and concise language in your communication. All right. Use clear and concise communication in language in your communication, and consider language translation tools for international clients. So for clients that reach out to you speaking French, Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, you can always use Google's translating tool to change or to translate those particular language to the English language that you understand, and then you will know how to reply to them effectively and properly, so that you won't lose such clients. Don't say because the client is not actually speaking to you in English or the language that you understand, thereby let the client go and find someone who can understand him clearly. No. Translating tools are out there. Please make use of them. All right. So number 8 is understanding Fiverr policies. All right. One of the challenges that people normally encounter is that they don't understand Fiverr policies. Most times, you do something on your account and then Fiverr gives you a strike, or Fiverr bans your account, and then you are wondering, or Fiverr disapproves or unapproves your gig or whatever. You are wondering, what did I do? What have I done, that will, prompt Fiverr to, make such rapid action, or prompt Fiverr to make a rapid decision of blocking my account? All right. Please, I will always advise people, the best solution to this is to familiarize yourself with Fiverr's terms and conditions and regularly check for updates to ensure compliance, so that after building your account, you will not just wake up one morning and then you see that your account is, or your Fiverr account is blocked or is banned, or it has a strike, all right, or you are being demoted from the level you are to another level. So please familiarize yourself with Fiverr's terms and conditions and regularly check their page for updates and ensure that you comply with them. All right. So number 9 is project scope clarification. So most times you run into an issue with a client. Probably maybe a client tells you, okay, this is what I want, but the client didn't actually go fully into details, and then based on the fact that you are too quick, I would say, or it maybe probably is your first client, and then you are too happy, or too, how will I even put it, you are just too happy, all right, to collect the job because of the money involved, all right, and then you end up not understanding what the client actually wants on his project, all right, and then at the end of the day you are having an issue with the client. Please clearly define the scope of work in your gig description. Communicate regularly with clients to confirm project details. I have had a lot of experience with this, where a client, after everything, refuses to release payment to the freelancer. All right, I've had so many encounters. Actually, it has happened to me while I was still getting started on Fiverr as a new seller, or as a new beginner on the Fiverr platform. I was so much involved with the money that has to be made, and then I forget to ask questions of what the project is all about from the client. At the end of the day, I run into issues where I can't be able to deliver more of what the client wants, as he has already used up the money that he has paid for. All right, so please clearly define the scope of work in your gig description. Tell the clients, this is what you are receiving for this amount in my in this gig, or in this particular package that you are purchasing. All right, and ensure to communicate regularly with clients to confirm that you are in line with what the client wants. All right, so number 10 is negative reviews. I've witnessed this, as it has happened to me personally, where a client where after doing a project for a client, and then you have issues with the client along the line, and client goes further to give you a bad review and bad rating, probably sometimes 1-star rating, 2-star rating, and then maybe the client goes forth and say, please do not work with this person, he is either scammy or he's not reliable, or stuff like that. Please, the solution to this is, because I have learnt the hard way. All right, I have learned the hard way. I'm talking to you from experience. I've learned the hard way. So please always ensure to address clients' concerns promptly and professionally. Also, encourage positive communication and resolution. Focus on delivering exceptional service to build positive reviews. So if clients have an issue with you, please address it professionally. All right, if something is going to lead or an argument between you and the client is going to lead to getting this bad review, please address it in a professional manner. You can tell the client, I sincerely apologize, that you are not, satisfied with this job. However, I can be able to give more revisions to address your concerns. All right, I'll be able to give more revisions to address your concerns so that we will be on the same page and not have issues. Right? If the client wants something further, please, for the sake of your account or for the sake of the growth of your account, make sure, even if it goes beyond your happiness, make sure you satisfy the client. All right, it's better that the client is happy and you are sad, but then not in all cases it concerns the amount of money accustomed to it. But if it concerns something that you can easily do for the client and then the client to be happy and then release your fees to you, it's better to be sad in that aspect and the client to be happy and give you good reviews. But then you learn your lessons afterwards. All right, so I've given you the best solution to it. Address it professionally and encourage positive communications and resolution. So focus on delivering exceptional service to build positive reviews to the client. All right, so now let's look at the objectives. Let's look at objectives of this Ultimate Masterclass Fiverr training. All right, so this Ultimate Fiverr Masterclass training aims to empower freelancers with the key knowledge and skills needed to navigate challenges successfully and achieve optimal success on the Fiverr platform. So here is what it aims to do. Here is what this masterclass aims to do for you. Number one is optimizing gig creation. So our aim is to teach freelancers how to create compelling gigs that stands out, leveraging effective titles, descriptions, visuals, and keywords. All these things will be shown to you in the day 2, practically in the day 2 of this masterclass. All right, today is still the day 1. Right, so this is what this masterclass aims to do. So number 2 is it aims to help navigate the algorithm changes. All right, here we'll provide insights into the Fiverr's algorithm updates and strategies to adapt and maintain gig visibility. So here we'll tell you how the algorithm works and how you can be able to tweak the system to work for you. All right, so number 3 is client management skills. So we'll guide freelancers in managing client expectations, negotiating fair terms, and resolving disputes professionally. All right, we'll teach you all this. And number 4 is effective communication strategies. So here we'll teach you how to offer communication techniques to overcome language barriers and build strong relationships. And build strong relationship with your clients. All right, so that's what we aim to do as well. So another one is pricing and fee management. So here we'll educate freelancers on setting competitive yet profitable prices, factoring in Fiverr's fees, and maintaining finances effectively. All right, we'll teach you how to put out profitable prices so that you will not be above client's budget and you won't go below your budget, below your the amount that you intend to put out for your services. All right, so we'll teach you how to be in the middle so that you won't be above and you won't be below. All right, so that you will get the best client expectations and the best client orders on your gig. All right, number 6 is strategic gig promotion. All right, so here we'll instruct freelancers on how to leverage Fiverr's promotional tools and maintain gig relevance, and also utilizing analytics for optimization. All right. So number 7 is building a positive reputation. So here we would teach freelancers on how to emphasize, or we would emphasize on the importance of positive client interactions, timely delivery, and exceeding client expectations for favorable reviews. All right. So I'm trying to run the whole class very fast because we've spent a lot of time analyzing all these things. So number 7 is legal protection and compliance. All right. So here we are going to provide freelancers with guidance on understanding and adhering to Fiverr's policies, legal protections, and contractual considerations. All right. So here we would help you understand and adhere to Fiverr's policies, legal protections, and contractual considerations. All right. So the number 9 here is comprehensive platform mastery. All right. So we would help equip freelancers with a deep understanding of Fiverr's features, tools, and resources for effective gig management. All right. So that is what we aim to do. And the number 10 here is continuous learning and adaptation. So on here we would help encourage or teach students, or encourage them, with a mindset of continuous learning, staying updated on market trends, and adapting services to meet evolving demands. All right. So we'll do all this for you while on this masterclass. All right. So let's move on. So number 11 here is strategic business planning. So we are going to be guiding freelancers in developing effective business strategies, including client acquisition, diversifying services, and long-term growth planning. All right. We're going to be doing this for you as well, on how you can be able to do the strategic business planning aspect. So number 12 is effective problem solving. So we are going to be teaching freelancers how to address challenges proactively, and also how to handle negative feedbacks and turn setbacks into opportunities. All right. So number 13 here is networking and community engagement. So here we're going to be highlighting the benefits of active participation in the Fiverr community. All right. And also how to network with peers and peers and learning from shared experiences. All right. So we're going to be highlighting all these benefits as well here. All right. So number 14 is client education and relationship building. So we're going to be empowering freelancers to educate clients on Fiverr processes, establish clear project scopes, and build lasting relationships. All right. So most of the clients don't actually know the Fiverr processes. Most of them are still new. All right. Most of them are still people who just got into the Fiverr platform and then decides to order gigs from freelancers on the Fiverr platform. So they don't really know what and what is pertain, or what and what is actually done on the Fiverr platform, or what the Fiverr platform actually entails. All right. So we're going to be empowering freelancers to educate clients, tell them what to tell the clients, and how to educate the clients on the Fiverr processes, and establish clear project scopes, and build lasting client relationships. All right. So the next one is building confidence and professionalism. Right. Most of you freelancers don't actually have that confidence in yourself. All right. You always feel, you always have this or how will I even put it, imposter syndrome, where you are scared to get started. All right. So we're going to be instilling confidence in freelancers by enhancing their professionalism, communication skills, and ability to deliver high quality work consistently. So we're going to be guiding you through step by step on all these things. All right. So do not be scared about getting started on your journey. All right. So now is question time. All right. So please, if you have any questions, thoughts, or queries, please put it down below on the comment box. All right, you'll see a comment box below. Please put it down on the comment box, and also I will answer. I'll do my best to answer 100% of your questions. All right, and also please, if you are getting or if you are gaining valuable insights from this masterclass, please I would like you to give a thumbs up and also share it with your friends and fellow freelancers. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as well turn on the post notification bell icon so as to get notified once a valuable lesson is published on this channel. All right, so that you'll be the first person to be notified of our new update or new video that has been released on this platform. All right, and also remember to comment below with your thoughts and questions. I will do well to answer all your questions. All right, so let's continue in the class. So let's talk about let's talk about the 10 common mistakes that new Fiverr freelancers may make. So you as a new freelancer or you as a new seller, there are some certain mistakes that you will make on the platform without knowing. All right, so most times I've heard a lot of people come to me and then complaining that they've been on Fiverr for the past 10 years, for the past 5 years, for the past 2 years, for the past 1 year. They've been doing all their best, they've done all they can and they could do on the platform, and yet clients are not coming forth, or they're not even getting impressions or clicks on their gigs. All right, on this in this masterclass, I will show you the practical aspect, what I did that worked for me and has been working for me to get more clients on my Fiverr gigs. All right, and to get more orders on my Fiverr gigs. And also I will be creating from scratch. I'll be creating a new Fiverr account from scratch. All right, so you don't have anything to be scared of. We're going to be working step by step in this whole process. All right, so let's talk about 10 common mistakes that new Fiverr freelancers may make, without knowing while getting started on Fiverr platform. So number one is incomplete profile. All right, so the mistake they make is creating a profile with missing informations, unprofessional photos, or vague descriptions. All right, so here a lot of you might have thought you've created a profile. You go about rejoicing, I have a profile, I've created a profile on Fiverr, but then you are missing some basic information that you're supposed to put inside your profile that will entice the client to place an order on your gig. All right, and most of you are putting unprofessional photos or vague descriptions. Everything will be analyzed in our practical class, but let me give you the solution to this. All right, so always endeavor to complete your profile with a clear and concise bio, professional profile picture, and relevant skills and experiences. All right, please do this to your profile. All right, so number two is undervaluing services. All right, so the major mistake here is a lot of freelancers set prices too low in an attempt to attract clients. Please and please setting price too low in an attempt to attract clients in most cases does not work. Sometimes you put prices too low. Once client comes, the client will look at you as an unprofessional seller or as a beginner. All right, the client must always see you as either a beginner or unprofessional, because the client will be like, why are you setting such low prices? The client himself knows the truth that the price that you're putting out for this particular project that he wants is very low for it, right? So please, the solution to this is research market rates for similar services and set prices that reflect your skills and value you provide. All right, so it's better to put the actual price that is matches the value that you're rendering, that reflects the skill that you're rendering to the client, or you're rendering on Fiverr, and that values your the skill that you are rendering to the client. So always research market trends. So before you put out a price there, check out the prices that other people are putting out, all right, for such particular type of service, and then set your own price that reflects your skills. All right, so do not go too low in an attempt to please the client. Please avoid that. All right, please avoid that. All right, so Another mistake, that freelancers make is ignoring gig optimization. All right, gig optimization. So gig optimization is very, very important. All right, if you don't optimize your gig, you'll be faced with issues of clients not ordering your gigs or having issues, while on the platform. All right, so one of the mistakes is that a lot of freelancers neglect to optimize their gig titles, descriptions, and tags for client searchability. All right, they ignore all this and expect miracle to happen, for clients to order their gig. So for Fiverr to display your gig on their front page or on their home page, there are some certain things that you will do to quicken the algorithm to go beyond in showing your gig to clients. All right, so please to a good solution to this is to use relevant keywords in your gig content to improve visibility in search results. Please do not neglect this. All right, use relevant keywords in your gig content to improve visibility in search results. All right, so number 4 is overcommitting. What I mean here by overcommitting is you overpromise a service that you know very well that you might not be able to render or you might not be able to meet up. Right? So accepting more orders than you can be able to effectively manage will lead to missed deadlines or burnout. All right? So you are overcommitted. Let's say a client or many clients reach out to you and places order on your gig. All right, maybe about 10 orders on your gig, and then you are rejoicing. Sometimes remember that it's just only you that is handling this project. So if you go forward to accept more than you can be able to give out, or more than you can be able to deliver, remember, for every project that you take on, there is always a deadline attached to it. So if you take on more projects than you can be able to deliver, you will surely miss deadlines of other ones, because while trying to please this other client, you are missing out on this other client's deadlines. All right, so please accepting more orders than you can effectively manage would always lead to missed deadlines or burnout. So a quick solution to this is to set realistic expectations for order delivery times and only accept what you can handle. Please accept only the things that you can handle. All right, so the number 5 here is ignoring Fiverr policies. All right, so one major mistake that people do is to ignore Fiverr policies. You don't read them, you don't even check them out, all right, to know what Fiverr is talking about, to know the changes that they have implemented on the platform. All right, so these are the mistakes that a lot of freelancers, both beginners or new sellers, or newbie freelancers, or even the professionals make a lot of time. Right? So violating Fiverr terms and conditions or policies, this comes with a huge issue. Right? So if you violate Fiverr terms or terms of service or policies, you might be faced with either a ban or a strike, or something more worse than those that I've just mentioned. All right, so a solution to this is to familiarize yourself first with Fiverr's rules and guidance to ensure compliance, to ensure you comply properly with the with the Fiverr's terms and conditions. All right, so familiarize yourself with their rules so that you will not have any issues with them. I'm telling you now, please always read their the Fiverr terms and conditions before you get started listing your services on the platform. All right, a good way to do this is to do a quick search and then check for Fiverr rules and guidelines or Fiverr policies on Google, and then you would see their policies. You click and then you can go ahead and then read that as well. So let's move on. So another mistake is inadequate communication. All right, so here, failing to communicate clearly with clients about project details and requirements and progress leads to a lot of issues. All right. So if you fail to communicate clearly with clients about project details, it comes with a lot of issues. All right. So the solution to this is to maintain open and transparent communication throughout the entire project. If you find out that the client is not always responsive on the Fiverr platform, what you can do is to, although in most cases Fiverr will not advise to do this, but the truth is that realistically or in reality, sometimes clients will just place order on Fiverr and then never check their Fiverr messages. I have witnessed this a lot of times. So while you are still negotiating with the client, or that first time that you are still communicating with the client, you can easily ask the client if he or she is on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is a platform that people use on a daily, and they can see messages fast and quickly and also respond. So you can feel free to ask a client if he's on WhatsApp. If the client says okay, you can add the client, or ask the client to send his WhatsApp number, so that you can communicate with him effectively, so that you guys will be on the same page at all times. All right. So, but what I would always recommend, or what I will always advise you, is whatever payment or whatever new thing that you are going to, or negotiation that you're going to be reaching out with the client, or having with the client, please do not receive payments outside the Fiverr platform, as this comes with a lot of issues. Right? You can keep communication outside the Fiverr outside the Fiverr platform, although Fiverr will not recommend this, as I said. But then for payments, keep it on the Fiverr platform. All right. So that's it. So always maintain open and transparent communication throughout the entire project. So number 7 is neglecting customer service. All right. A lot of you new freelancers, you lack this customer service relationship. All right. So one of the mistakes there is that you provide poor customer service, or being unresponsive to clients' inquiries. When clients ask questions, you don't answer the questions clearly, or the client does not understand you properly of what you said. A good solution to this is to respond promptly to messages. Always be fast in responding to clients' messages, right? And be polite and address clients' concerns professionally. Don't always get angry at what every client says. If a client says, I need this to be done, don't shout at the client. Don't disrespect the client. All right. Remember, you are at the mercy of the client. Yes, you receive your money, but then you, at the end of the day, you receive a bad review, and it will give a bad dent to your record on the Fiverr platform. So please, even if you are not polite in nature, on the Fiverr platform, be polite and address clients' concerns professionally. All right. Please and please. So the number 8 is ignoring analytics. A lot of you make this mistake. You neglect to analyze Fiverr analytics to understand gig performance. So what I do steady is I always log into the Fiverr application, or to the Fiverr mobile app, and check how well I'm doing, how well I'm performing on the Fiverr homepage. If clients are actually seeing my gig, all right, Fiverr would do that for you in form of analytics. So you see number of impressions, number of clicks, and if there is an order, you would see there that an order has been placed, and the notification will be sent to you. All right. So a lot of you neglect to analyze Fiverr analytics, or check your Fiverr analytics to understand your gig performance. So solution to this is to regularly review analytics data to identify areas for improvement and optimize your gigs. So please, like I said, ignoring reviews. One of the major mistakes is that a lot of you disregard the importance of client reviews, and do not actively seek feedbacks from clients. All right. So one of the major solutions here is to encourage satisfied clients to leave positive reviews and use constructive feedback to enhance your service. All right. Do not be so happy that you forget to ask a client for review. All right. Or you disregard the importance of client reviews. Always remember, the reviews is what the client reviews is what keeps your account professional and then keeps you going and encourages other people to place order on your gig. All right. So the number 10 there is neglecting professional development. So many freelancers fail to invest time in improving skills or staying updated on industry trends. All right. Many people do not always, upskill themselves. All right. They fail to invest time in improving their skills or staying updated on industry trends. You just keep doing what you have continuously been doing. All right. Please, the solution to this is to continuously learn and adapt, because there are sometimes a client will give you a project that will throw you off board. Not that you don't know the project, or not that you've not been interacting with such type of projects, but then that particular project is something that you can do it, but then you don't know how to go about it. You don't even know where to get started because it's beyond you. All right. So please, continuously learn and adapt. Take relevant courses and stay informed about changes in your field. All right. And you'll see that avoiding these common mistakes and adopting proactive strategies can significantly improve a new seller's experience on Fiverr. So you as a new seller, if you do all these things that I've just said now, or I've just said in this class, you would improve your experience on Fiverr. All right. And by focusing on professionalism, effective communication, and continuous improvement, freelancers can build a successful and sustainable careers on the platform. All right. So please, remember, if you have any questions or thoughts or queries that might be bothering you, please put it down on the comment box below. I will answer 100% of your questions. Also, if you are gaining valuable insights from this masterclass, please, I would like you to give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and fellow freelancers, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as well turn on post notification bell icon so as to get notified once a valuable lesson is published on this channel, so that you will be the first to be notified. Of our of any update or any video that will be published on this channel. And also, please remember to comment below with your thoughts and questions. I will do well to answer all your queries. All right. I will do well to answer every single question that you might have. All right. So as we wrap up the day one of our ultimate freelance masterclass, I hope you have gain valuable insights and you are ready to take your freelancing journey to the next level. All right. If you enjoyed today's lesson, I know it might be long, but then yes, it comes with valuable things that you need to scale on the platform. All right. So if you enjoyed today's session, please give a thumbs up, share it with your fellow freelancers, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts and questions. Also remember to hit the subscribe button and as well turn on post notification bell icon so as to stay updated on each valuable lesson. So guys, tomorrow being the day 2 of this masterclass, we will be delving even deeper into the practical class where I will be showing you practically how to create a well-optimized Fiverr profile and Fiverr gigs that converts to clients' orders using my CMO strategy. All right, using my CMO strategy, and this strategy has worked for me and has continuously been working for me and everyone who has used it. So this strategy is result driven, and I know you can't wait to get started already. So guys, until then, keep hustling, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video, which is the day 2 of this masterclass. So thanks for being a part of this learning journey with me. Have a nice day ahead and see you soon. Bye bye.